Hey everybody, it's your girl Mo from Date Your Real Booba, and I just wanted to show you my Amazon order did come in, so I wanted to show you guys what I ordered. These are for soap making. This is to make your soap completely from scratch. There are two ways to make your soap, and I'm just gonna sit down. There are two ways to make your soap. One is the melt and pour method, and one is the cold process, which is making it from scratch. Now the melt and pour is easy. You just go find yourself a supplier and you find a melt and pour base. You melt and pour that. Well, you melt, it's called melt and pour for a reason. You melt that base, you add in your ingredients that you would like to add to the melt base, the soap base that you melted, and you can create your own soap. You can add your colorants, which I use natural colorants. You can add your essential oils, which of course you know I use Young Living essential oils, and then you pour them into the soap molds and you let them sit. I usually let them sit for like about 24 hours, and then you're free to use your soaps. You take them out of the molds and you can use them. Now I like that method only for when my children are in the house and I do not want to work with lye. When you use the cold process, you work with lye. And yes, lye, the chemical is caustic, meaning it will burn your skin on touch. But when you mix lye with animal fat or with fat in general, which is, it could be vegetable oil also, it creates this saponification process, and the two ingredients mixed together become a new ingredient, which is soap. All soaps are made like this. So if you use any soap that you've bought in the store, it has lye in it, but it is no longer dangerous to your skin because of the saponification process. This allows you to know exactly what's in your soap. With the melt and pour, you do know exactly what's in your soap, because if you check the ingredients of the soap bases that you buy, you know exactly what's in your soap base. But if you want to be able to have just simple, pure ingredients in your soap, it's best to do the soap from scratch. What do I mean by that? Because all you could possibly, if you wanted to make a pure soap, all you would need is lye, oil, and let's say a fragrance or an essential oil. 3 basic ingredients, you're done. If you go with the melt and pour option, they make that soap a little bit differently, because the whole idea is for it to be meltable and so that you can use it to make a soap. Most of the time they're glycerin based, which I have made my own soaps with glycerin based soap, and I've just added fragrance, and that was it. I have also made the melt and pour soaps just adding colorant and a fragrance, or adding the essential oil. So the point is, you can get to make your own soap or create the kind of soap that you want to create with both methods, but it's all about preference. The only thing is that when you're making soap with lye, I don't recommend that you have children or pets around, because of the fact that it's caustic, which means that it can burn on contact. It will burn your skin. It will burn anything it touches, you know, on you, like your skin, your, just so you want to make sure that you don't have children around, and that you're taking precautions when you're working with lye, such as, you know, safety goggles, etc. So with all of that being said, I'm just going to show you what I ordered, and these are what you basically need to make your own soap from scratch. Now I have a crock pot, and I use this crock pot only for making soap. I use it for my melt and pour, and I also use it to make it the cold method, the cold process method. So let's just start opening these boxes, and let me just show you what I'm working with. Okay, I may have to put this to the side. So let's start with the bigger box because I already know what's in the smaller box. So, well, I ordered some other stuff that wasn't related to soap as well, but like for example this. I just wanted to get more of these. I use these for my laundry detergent. I mean, not laundry detergent. I use this for when I'm doing laundry. It's it's the dryer, the wool dryer balls, and I got these. Got some fresh ones that I could use. So I'll put that here for now, but in case you're interested in these for making your own laundry detergent and not using dryer sheets or fabric softener, you can use this. And I'll talk about this more in another video that I'll be doing about laundry detergent. So we'll take that out of the way for now. Also, another ingredient I got that is not really for soap, cold process method soap making, but this is also for either making laundry detergent or this is for making laundry detergent and also some other things that I use Castile bar soap for. So this we'll keep to the side because this is not for making soap from scratch or the cold process. So we'll take that out of the video as well. But I did order that. This is something that you will need. It is the soap mold that you will be pouring your mixture into once you have done creating the batch of soap. So we'll put that here. Actually, I'll take it out just so you can see what it looks like. And I like to keep everything. I have other molds, but it was just time for me to get a different mold. So we have this. And you could get this, which is just what the soap mold looks by itself. But I like to get it with the box, the wood box, because it keeps the soap in place. If it's outside of the box, it would just move. Sometimes it moves and then the mold, the soap is uneven. So this wood box helps. You can order it like this, or if you're a handy person, you can actually make this yourself. I got this Cuisinart Smart Stick 2-speed. Now I had one in my kitchen that I was using and it conked out on me, so it was time to replace that. And basically it looks just like this. You can use it for cooking, you can use it for anything that you have to blend and mix together, which just makes it much easier if you have this. Now I'm going to recommend that when you do make your soap, that you do not use any of the products or the utensils or machinery that you use for making soap for food. I mean, some people, they say, well, it's soap that was just in there, so I just wash it out real clean. I just don't feel comfortable knowing that, you are working with lye. And until the soap is actually, the saponification process is really complete, which is the soap and the oil and the lye really combines together and solidifies together, it's not officially soap yet. So you really do need to make sure that you keep these separate. I just do not use them for cooking or anything else after I've used it for making soap. So I keep them stored away separately somewhere else, outside of my kitchen. The next thing I told you, you will be working with lye, so you want to have safety goggles. Now I had safety goggles. I had the, just the basic ones that you put on like glasses, and it served its purpose well, but I just feel that these will be much more safe, and it was cheap. It was, I think, about like $2 or something. So I decided to keep that on my list. What you will need, a digital thermometer. Now, I did not have a digital thermometer or thermometer at all. I was just doing it based off of, okay, it should be hot enough now, and sometimes that can affect the way your soaps come out. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. So I decided to invest and get this thermometer. Your batches just tend to differ from batch to batch because you're not testing the temperature, and temperatures are very important when you're making soap from scratch. And then I also got me a digital kitchen scale. Now I have a manual one which actually has the numbers on the bottom just like a scale, and you have to read it. But with making soap, again, it can affect the batch if you don't have the right lye to water mix, lye water mix. So I decided that I would just get a digital one so I can have accuracy. Just letting you know, those are my suggestions because I did use it I did make soap with a manual scale, and sometimes I got it close enough, sometimes I didn't, and the soap was still usable, but sometimes it wasn't the way I liked it because obviously the measurements were slightly off. And so it's just very important that the measurements are not off and that they're exact. So to solve that problem, don't do what I did. Just start with the digital scale from the beginning. And that is it in this box. They had to split my order into 2 boxes because the lye ships from somewhere else. And that's what's in this box. So I'm gonna have to get something to open this because it is pretty sealed, pretty darn good, and for good reason. So I got this open, and I just wanted to show you guys what it really is, and it is the lye, and I got the Essential Depot one. So, and as it says on here, it's cause severe burns, so keep out of reach of children. So this is something you want to do when you don't have children around, and basically that's it for the soap making supplies. So you're gonna need a crock pot, okay, and this is going to be used to heat the oil because the oil has to get to a certain temperature. You're going to need a mixing bowl, which I do not have shown right now. You're going to need a digital scale. You're going to need other supplies. So we're not making the soap in this video. I just want to show you what supplies you may need to buy before you attempt making soap. You're definitely going to need lye. You're definitely going to need an oil of choice, olive oil, lard, some kind of animal fat or fat oil. And I will let you know what is going to be used for my purposes. The safety goggle, the digital thermometer, the mold, and then this 2-speed hand blender. And that's it. So if you have any questions, as always, reach out to me, naturerealmuma@gmail.com, and I'll put the the list of supplies and stuff that you need to purchase before you attempt to make your soap from scratch in the bottom of this video. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. If you like the information that I share in my videos, please subscribe and hit the like button. Talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.